Show us your tips, Daggy, with you flying solo this week to look towards a big weekend of racing, the last death throes of the winter carnival, and the beginning of spring with the Aurie Star in Melbourne and the Missile Stakes in Sydney. Best wishes to the Beaver, who's doing it really tough with COVID this week. Hopefully he's back on deck next week. But if not, leave your best and value in the comments below, just in case I need to find a new co-host. We might kick off at Flemington, where we're over the 1,410 metres with let's get into the rail conditions first, which is in the 10 metre mark. Currently a soft track, expecting a bit of rain throughout the day, which could lead towards it coming down the middle of the track by the end of the day. We kick off with the new season 3-year-olds over the 1,410 metres to start the day, where I'm going to kick off with Berkeley Square, as the market suggests. Slowly on race first up there, just got spat out the back and then made nice ground, held up the straight, and then was unlucky not to grab a good horse first up. I think out and distance will suit. It doesn't appear to have too many issues with the soft. I think it's a nice way to start here if we can get to the outside and wind up from gate 3. But a couple of nice horses as well for it to chase. We found Prosemian Arch at Sandown last start. Jiggy jog and sprint home there, but was impressive. And Pelagio might have plenty of upside with Linda Meach on a go-forward horse as well. Sat wide on the Syntho. But I do think Berkeley Square's a talented horse and might be a good way to start the day. A benchmark 84 comes up next for the 4-year-old mares. Not as enthused about this race. I've ended up going for the fresh blood here in Night Passage on top. A couple of nice jump outs leading to this. Finished up with 3 in a row in Adelaide. Comes here, shouldn't be too far away from the pace. Damien Lane from that middle barrier. And I just struggled to find too many others I wanted to be interested with. You can forgive Quintello's last run, sort of a complete non-event there. Freshened up here, will run well. Big day for Mark Zara, actually, who is on quite a few I've found throughout the afternoon. So hopefully he's back to his best throughout the day. Race 3, 1,100 metres, benchmark 70 comes up next, up the straight, where this is a tricky event. I've ended up just sticking with Verenskova. Probably hard to miss, just missing behind Squid Game last start. Impressive debut, then since trialled as well, where it just, if you've ever seen a jockey swing off a horse, it was this trial. Mid-prep trial to come here second up, so shouldn't be any second up issues. I think it's here to run well, and essentially in a midweek race should perform well. The new season, or the other 4-year-old Big Apple, we're coming off a nice win, might be a danger there, and we'll see what happens with... no, that's about it. The quaddy kicks off with race 6, 1,620 metre benchmark 84, where the extra distance looks right up the alley of He's Our Bonneval. Now third up, 2 good runs in Australia. Chased Edison well last time, drawn for the nice blending run here. And I think it's going to be hard to beat from here to Shock, who was apparently in the worst part of the track last time, up on inside at Caulfield, and bolted in. Was absolutely flying there. So if it repeats, that's going to be very hard to catch. But bit of a drop-off after that. After then you start looking for horses like Cashing Check. So I think it's not a bad race there. If it's dry, maybe Born King's in the game here as well, coming down from Sydney. Race 8 is the 2,530 metre staying race, the Rose Room, where we see a lot of our old winter favourites meeting up once again. So it was pretty easy for me to find the fresh blood in Tea Waters. Impressive win against the 3-year-olds last start. Now goes into open company, and I just am sick of looking at all the rest of these horses. So happy to be with it. I don't even want to really talk about anyone else here. Talked about them all winter. Hopefully they're all off for a nice rest until next winter. Race 8 is a 1,410 metre open handicap. We've ended up with the favourite on top, Nicolini Vito, almost by lack of opposition here. Not a lot else I want to discuss. The couple of wildcards, though, which might interest me would be Shandy resuming, a talented, lightly raced horse. now with Clayton Douglas. Seems to be working well into the prep for a first up run here. And even Macram, who went out a nice winner over the 1700 last prep. Jump out's not quite sure. Probably looking for further, but at double figures is one I'm going to throw in the quaddie there. And we wrap up the day with 1100 metre sprint benchmark 84, which Fire's just come back absolutely flying. Very nice win at Sandown. On the back of a very nice win at Sandown before that. Let's see how it goes up the straight, but looks to have really hit its straps and looks a talented horse. But there's some opposition here. Chain of Lightning's been saved for a couple of weeks to come here. And Squid Game, it goes well up the straight and has formed through Inundation and Passive Aggressive, which stacks up. So a good sprint race to finish the day, but I'll come home with the favourite in the last. In fact, I'm going to make it my best of the day, Fire, in the last, and I'll make my value Night Passage earlier on. And I guess that leaves me in charge of both quaddies for the afternoon. In the first leg, we'll go with 3 Born a King, 4 He's Our Bonneval, 6 Here to Shock, and 10 Cash and Checks. Second leg, 4 T Waters and 9 WUT. Third leg, 1 Macram, 2 Desert Icon, 4 Nicolini Vito, 7 Shandy. And last leg will come home with 7 Squid Game, 9 Chain of Lightning, and 10 Fire. We head up to Randwick, where it's currently a soft track. They've dodged a lot of the rain here, so he should even get onto a good surface. The rail is in the true, which suggests a running line throughout the afternoon, I'd say. Should play as typical Randwick here. And we're kicking off with an 1800 metre highway, which we'll get straight to the race to the 1800 metre midway over the benchmark 72 as always. Tricky race. I think I'm going to stick here with Highly Desired. It'll roll forward. Bit of a claim for Dylan Gibbons. Off a nice win last time, admittedly against Not a Lot, but meets again Not a Lot here. From Bazooka, who's always sort of been one of mine, but hasn't done a great deal for about a year now, gets J-Mac in a race that I don't have a lot else more to say. The third is a 2400 metre benchmark 78 with the lead up from of the last couple of weeks. Adrazzle, I was giving a chance last time. I think that was more of a trial for it last time. Back to 17 after missing the run the week before. Now straight back up to 24. Quick back up Pike. I think this race suits a bit better. And I think Forest Diamond coming up from Melbourne fits in here as well. Another one of the winter staying races who I would be glad to see the back of most of these. Race 4 is a 1400 metre benchmark 72. And all eyes are on the 2 Waller resumers here. Conqueror, lovely win. Fantastic trials coming here. And nice enough gate. Shouldn't be too many issues. That 7 Vales form was okay throughout last year's 2-year-old stuff. So I think he's easily the horse to beat, as the market suggests. From Kudarati, who's, I know, coming up from Newcastle, but again has trolled okay for this. And Cotton Fingers was pretty good last time. Now on the quick backup and fourth up, probably right draw as well here. So the youngsters seem to hold the key there, but we will wait and see. Well, 3 and 4-year-old handicap, so obviously they do. Race 5 is a 1300 metres, where I think the market's right here. Pizarro might almost be a good thing. A very nice win last week. Soft through the line, back up here. Berry on for the same sort of run. And again, a real lack of opposition. You can forgive Niffler, who put up a bit lame last start, and might be the danger, but I really struggled to find too many others. This is essentially a midweek race. Grayson Harmony is a horse that has had some ability. It was good a winter ago. Didn't do a great deal in spring, but the trial was good here, so maybe at double figures might be the other alternative if you're looking for one in this race that obviously Waller holds the key to. Race number 6, the 1,000 metres benchmark 78. Mautai's going life is fresh, if at all. Nice win last time. Trial's good for this. Inside gate Bowman, I hope, bounces straight onto the bunny and proves a bit hard to beat with a lot of these other pace horses seem to have lost their legs. So giving it a top spot from Smonova, who has trialled well as well, coming here. And I guess we'll have a bit of a watch on Leo coming to Ron Quinton, but I'm going to stick with Mautai on top. Race 7, the Premier's Cup Prelude over the 1,800 metres is up next to kick off the quaddie. Really nice win last time from Alcyone against his own age. Comes here and sets up to beat up a bunch of horses that have been going round and round. Bowman sticks and should prove hard to beat again. I really like it, actually. From Lord Ardmore, who I also like the fact that it showed pace last time. It will bounce forward, and I think it's going really well this prep. I think they're the two, and have this race pretty close to parcelled up. Race 8 is the feature, the Missile Stakes over the 1,200 metres, a Group 2. We see the resumption of Forbidden Love, who stuck together 3 Group 1s in a row last prep. 3 or 2. That was the 3 Group 1s, and then was very brave in a Doncaster. Good trial leading to this, and I think should have this one covered if it returns anywhere near its best. Good horse in an average field. Count de Rupee loves Randwick, as we know. Will run well here, and Halal I thought was the other danger, the other Group 1 horse in the race. Nice trial. If it's fresh enough, we'll give this a shake. But I think Forbidden Love very hard to beat. The mile benchmark 78 is up next, where I've got Fjordland on top. I think it's going really well. Chased Alcyone last start, who will get a line on coming here. And I just think a lot of the other stuff through this is either midway or midweek stuff. So it's on top. The Saturday horse here. Silent Gender is going good. Back to Randwick suits. And Bold Mac was a nice Australian debut. Once it got it through into its work, hit the line really well. And Bowman going on, obvious chance as well. So the Waller runners for me in the 9th. And we finished today with what I think is a nice bet. With the fillies and mares benchmark 78. Glittery demolished an average midweek field, admittedly, last time. Comes here, gets through the cut out of the track fine, and this is essentially largely an average midweek field. It's going to be very hard to beat from the other two that matched off against each other to finish a day a few weeks back. Lady Brook and Sunrise Ruby, they'll be in the finish again, but falls off quite a bit after that. So pretty keen. Glittery's hard to beat. In fact, I'm going to make it my best of the day to finish off race 10, number 1, and we'll make my value Fjordland in race number 9. Quaddie numbers kick off in the first with race 7. 6, Lord Ardmore, 8, Francesco Guardi, and 12, Alcyone. We'll throw La Chevalier in if it's wet as well, if there's any more rain around. Race 8, 1, 2, and 3. That's Count de Rupee, Halal, and Forbidden Love. Race 9, 1, Bold Mac. 3, Silent Agenda. 10, Fjordland. And we'll come home with 1, Glittery. 2, Jalay. 9, Lady Brook. 8, Lady Banff. 11, Sunrise Ruby. Good punting this weekend, guys. Good luck. I hope the Beaver's feeling better to join us again for our midweek preview next week. As I said, jump in and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Quick plug as well to the PCTC Tipping Comp, which I've been a part of for a while. Spring Carnival kicks off tomorrow. You can find them on Facebook if you pop PCTC Tipping into your search. Very good tipping comp that runs from tomorrow all the way through to the Melbourne Cup. Got to plug Pro Group Racing. As always, check them out for their free tips, extensive guides, etc., etc. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, back a winner tomorrow. And we'll talk soon. See you guys.